The cold, the stillness, the rain, the clouds. It's this melancholic time of year where everything seems to kind of fade. It's this depression, and I don't mean mental disorder, of everything. A downfall in motivation, happiness, warmth, connection. Even nature seems to kind of give up. Everything pauses, almost awaiting all of this to pass. Some wait for summer, others for Christmas, New Year's, and the holidays. I feel like the entirety of this past year has kind of been that for me. It all seems to me like some never-ending fall, which is ironic because I spent the majority of the past year in a country where the temperature barely ever goes below 20 degrees Celsius. I just simply don't feel like I've been there up until recently. I spent a lot of time in some distant past or pondering the future. Now looking back, I kind of feel like I've missed the present. I used to think that I hate fall. I don't. And I wonder if that realization might change something in the way I live. I feel like fall is the time of year where we all kind of reach the same mental space, where everyone is just kind of slowed down, but in an unhealthy way, almost. I feel like everyone goes through something during the fall, especially in countries where it snows. That kind of period where there's snow, but it melts down so fast, and you're just living in this kind of rainy, incredibly cold, just, I don't know, like dirty period of your life. Everything just feels sad. Like, even the trees are going through something, the houses, like. But when you think about it, how different is fall from any other season? In any place you find yourself in life, how different is it from a place where you were happier, or at least like less stressed, or whatever? How different is your present from the past or the future that you imagine? I believe that there's something in every moment that we could find goodness in, and when we can't see it, it's simply because we're missing it.
Can you warm your hands like against the fire?
And yes, there are going to be times where seeing that is the hardest thing in the world, but that doesn't change the fact that there isn't one present moment out of which you can't find happiness. I think it's a hard thing to accept or understand, but ultimately, any change in our emotional state comes from within us. It's not because something happened, it's because we noticed that it did, and had we not noticed, our entire reaction wouldn't have been there. Yeah, it would make us robots not to notice the bad, especially at times where the bad might really be heavy and important. But I think that at some point it is also completely up to you to accept and take over the power that your perspective has on your emotion and on your life experience. Yeah, if you're tired of feeling stressed, sad, or whatever else, you have the tools to turn that around completely at any given point in time. There are times where it's unethical to use those tools, when you're dealing with things like grief or just anything that requires some sort of reaction, you know? But ultimately, it is always up to you. Same goes with like stress about exams or like work-related stuff. Yes, perhaps stress is the thing that pushes you to be more successful or to work harder at specific times. At the end of the day, if you're stressed about school and you're genuinely overwhelmed because of it, don't stress. Yes, it might impact your performance, but the point is your emotional state is completely up to you. Not that we should always change out of a bad emotional state, because I think those are also important, but that's another topic to touch on. So yeah, I used to think I hate fall. I don't, and I wonder if that realization might change something about the way I live. I love reading, and there doesn't seem to be anything cozier than reading under a blanket on one of these cold nights. The thing is, there's always something in the present that's 100 times more precious than anything in the past or the future. I think I want to spend more time looking for that something. I should probably go do that now.